of the youth ministry at Bethany continues to be to help our students grow as lifelong disciples of Jesus Christ. And some of the building blocks that make that happen are relationships, both with peers as well as with caring adults who model the love of Jesus and provide a safe space for exploring faith. Experiencing God's heart by serving those in our community in need, and faithfully exploring the Word of God. What does it say? What does it mean? And why does it matter to our lives today? And of course, laughter plays a huge role. It is a great privilege and joy to witness our students know Jesus, become like Jesus, and do what Jesus does in their contexts with the unique gifts that God has given them. 2020 has undoubtedly been a year of adaptation, and I would venture to say that students and families have experienced the greatest amount of adaptation. Online and hybrid learning, changes to, postponement of, or cancellation of extracurriculars and milestone events, to say the least. But throughout this pandemic experience, I have been reminded of, encouraged, and humbled by the resilience of this generation. They continue to stay present, to find joy and opportunity where they can, and most importantly, keep their eyes open to the needs of others around them. We have so much to learn from them. Due to travel, large gathering sizes, and the financial strain on churches, our high school mission trip to Virginia with YouthWorks was canceled. CHIC 2021, now known as Unite, was postponed to summer 2022, and this year's winter retreats were canceled. And we are so saddened to miss these uniquely special times together, but we're also grateful for the leaders who made these hard decisions, and we all look forward to when the opportunities can safely resume. Now, our youth ministry adapts every year as one class graduates and a new class comes in, but obviously this year we've been adapting at a much greater rate. And before I share some of the creative ways that we have engaged youth ministry throughout the pandemic, there are two constants that you should know. Our first priority was remaining in touch with as many students and families as possible when quarantine hit. As youth pastor, my mantra was, at the end of all this, I just want them to know that God is with them and that the church cared to walk alongside them through it all. The second constant is that it would have been impossible for us to safely regather in person for youth group without the support of all of our youth ministry leaders. Our students are so blessed with an incredible team of adults who consistently show them the love of Jesus. So, with that in mind, here are just a few things that characterized our youth ministry in 2021. March through May is what I call the online season. First, each Wednesday, usually around lunchtime, we hung out on Zoom. We focused in on checking in with each other, sharing the highs and the lows of our week. We prayed together, and we reflected on God's promises. On Fridays, we played games and watched movies together online. Technology is awesome. In the uncertainty and the disappointment, laughing together felt more important than ever. And many of our inside youth group jokes found their origins in these online evenings. We made good use of technology and provided faith at home resources to families, especially our younger families for whom Zoom was more of a challenge in the early days. June through August is what I call the outside season. When the weather got nice, we started to enjoy physically distanced, masked campfires in my backyard with lots of s'mores and playing with the goats. We read through the whole book of James together. The high school students and parents had an awesome day of fellowship at Hammonasset Beach. And after having the most unusual senior year, we celebrated our graduating seniors with special gifts hand-delivered to each one and a banner on the front lawn of the church with all of their names. September to today, the safety season. Currently, our middle school and high school groups meet on alternating Sunday evenings. We meet in the gym at the church with physical distancing and masks. We have an awesome group of middle schoolers that we love spending time with. We love their freedom to be themselves with us and the big questions they throw our way as we walk through the Old Testament this year. We see great years ahead with this crowd. And our high school group may be small, but our relationships and our discussions are dynamite. This fall, I asked them to weigh in on which topics were most pressing to them and their faith at the moment. And the topics they chose: truth, God and justice, sexuality and gender, and the character of a Christian. I'm proud of them for their willingness to go deep and their commitment to matching their actions with their faith. Thank you, church, for your support. Continue to keep myself and our volunteer leaders in prayer as we continue to adapt program to keep kids safe, but most importantly, as we seek to walk alongside students, helping them experience God's presence with them in an unprecedented time.